Oh, so we're copying Brook Monk now? Trust me, I'm not copying her, she's copying me.
I have been served a cease and desist from a popular creator on this app. This creator is trying to claim that I am plagiarizing their videos and harassing them online, which I have never done in my life. I don't copy anyone, all I do is follow trends, which is what TikTok is. So what the fuck is this? The creator that sent me this, I know you're watching, and I just want to let you know that everyone in the comments will vouch for me, knowing that getting the law involved over TikTok videos is insane.
You know those influencers who do the most and somehow they still get views? Buckle up, because today we're diving into one of those most bizarre TikTok sagas we've seen in a while. This isn't just about copying trends. No, this is about obsession, fake relationships, and a cardboard cutout of someone else's boyfriend. We're talking about Natalie Reynolds, self-proclaimed content creator, rage bait master, and professional copycat who's been relentlessly mimicking one of TikTok's most adored creators, Brook Monk. And honestly, it's giving single white female, but make it TikTok. Brook Monk isn't new to this. She's been on TikTok long enough to build a platform that most influencers can only dream of. Over 38 million followers and counting. Her content is a mix of fun, relatable skits, polished dance trends, and clean humor that appeals to both Gen Z and parents scrolling with their kids. It is not chaotic, it is not trying too hard, it just feels real, and that is her secret weapon, authenticity. What sets Brook apart isn't just her creative content, it is how consistent and intentional she is. Whether she's nailing a viral dance challenge or doing a goofy voiceover with her boyfriend, there is a level of effort that shows. It is clear she treats TikTok like a craft, not just a hassle for attention. Her videos look effortless, but behind the scenes you can tell there is structure, editing, and thought. Brook is also signed with WME, a major talent agency, which speaks volumes about how far she's taken her platform professionally. She's brand safe but not boring, family friendly without being fake, and genuinely seems to enjoy what she does. Her vibe feels like your cool older cousin who never lost her sense of humor. Then there is Sam Dez, her long-term boyfriend and frequent collaborator. They've been together for over 4 years, and their relationship is part of what makes Brook's content so engaging. It is not all kissy faces and couple pranks. There is real chemistry, goofy banter, and a sense of mutual support that feels refreshing in a space that often rewards dysfunction. Together, they've built a digital partnership that fans genuinely root for. Whether it's behind the scenes bloopers or sweet get ready with me's, Sam and Brook have become the kinds of internet couple people love to watch. Not because they're perfect, but because they're real. Now let's talk about Natalie Reynolds, a name that's quickly become synonymous with controversy on TikTok. With around 2 million followers, Natalie has built her platform on a cocktail of trolling, rage baiting, and pushing boundaries just far enough to go viral, but not far enough to get burned. Her entire brand thrives on stirring the pot. If there is a trend she can twist into drama, she's already on it. One of her most infamous stunts, claiming to be Ryan Reynolds' daughter. And no, not joking. Just because they share a last name, she decided to run with the idea, letting people believe she was Hollywood royalty. She did not correct the rumor, she fed it. And for a short while, it worked. People were intrigued, confused, but intrigued.
Ryan Reynolds is my father, and people are still saying that I'm lying. When you look it up on Google, it literally says Natalie Reynolds is the daughter of Ryan Reynolds. I'm gonna show a screenshot right here. It says all of my TikToks that I do, all the videos. Google proved it.
Natalie also gained traction by mimicking Ashley Trevino, a well-known influencer with a distinct look and fan base. She would dress up like her, imitate her makeup, copy her mannerisms, and yes, some of the early videos were funny, satirical even, but the line between parody and obsession started to blur fast.
You're a horrible mother. Like, your kid should not be knowing about Nunu and all that stuff.
No, what I'm doing is not bad. I can't help it that they're involved.
You're literally dragging your kids into your mess. Like, you need to get it together.
Everyone wants to know how it smells, especially El Salto. You know how it smells.
At first, people laughed it off. I mean, influencers parodying each other isn't new. But the consistency with which Natalie did it, the eerie attention to detail, that is what started raising eyebrows. What was originally seen as light-hearted imitation began to feel strategic. Like she wasn't just trying to joke, she was trying to be them. And then she turned her focus to Brook Monk. That is when things spiraled. It was no longer just about pulling views, it became personal, intentional. And the way she mirrored Brook's every move, that is when the story took a turn from petty to downright disturbing. It all started with what seemed like a harmless trend, the Sulu challenge. Brook posted her version first, and not just by a few minutes, we're talking a clear and verifiable time-stamped post. Her video was polished, cute, and had her usual light-hearted tone. Then, not long after, almost suspiciously soon, Natalie uploaded her own version of the exact same challenge. Now, people join trends all the time, right? So it wouldn't have been weird if Natalie was just hopping on like everyone else. But what raised every single eyebrow on TikTok was her caption. Strangers to lovers, friends to lovers, enemies to lovers. Word for word, the exact same caption Brook had used just before. Not even a variation, no twist, just a straight up copy-paste.
Approved. Approved.
And to top it all off, Natalie then turned around publicly accusing Brook of copying her. Yes, you heard that right. Despite Brook's version being up first, Natalie acted like she was the original creator and Brook was riding her wave. It was gaslighting at its finest, and fans were not having it. The comment section was all in chaos. Brook's fans rushed in to defend her, pulling resets, linking timestamps, and calling out the sheer absurdity of Natalie's claim.
And I was like, why are you so obsessed with me?
People were angry, confused, and even a little amused by the audacity of it all. But instead of backing down or offering any explanation, Natalie did what she always does when called. She doubled down. No clarification, no acknowledgement, no accountability, just vibes and deflection. It was the beginning of a very strange and very public spiral that showed this wasn't going to be a one-time thing. This was just the first act in Natalie's copycat playbook. It did not stop there. Natalie did not just recreate a single video, she duplicated Brook's entire filming setup. From the behind-the-scenes format to the supportive boyfriend filming vibe, every detail was a mirror of Brook's content. Who was behind Natalie's cameras? Zachary Hulsman, her so-called boyfriend, stepping into a role eerily similar to Sam. But this is where the situation slid from cringy to downright disturbing.
What am I supposed to say again?
I trust my girlfriend.
But I don't.
Can you just say it?
Okay, fine. I trust my girlfriend.
What am I supposed to say again?
I trust my girlfriend.
But I don't.
Can you just say it?
Okay, fine. I trust my girlfriend.
Natalie did not just copy Brook's video ideas, she changed her hairstyle to match Brook's signature look, adjusted her makeup to mimic Brook's soft glam aesthetic, and even began mirroring her body language. It became clear she wasn't just inspired, she was trying to become her. Then came the ultimate line-crossing moment. Natalie printed out a picture of Sam, Brook's real-life boyfriend, and placed it prominently in the background of her videos, not as a joke, not as a meme, but as an actual decor. She filmed multiple TikToks with his face staring into the lens from the background like some shrine to someone else's relationship. It was deeply unsettling. That is not content, that is obsession in digital form.
Ballerina cappuccina. Mi 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 mi.
Ballerina cappuccina.
Brook responded, but with subtle and style. She posted a video with the caption, "To that girl who copies everything I do," syncing to an audio clip that asked, "Why are you so obsessed with me?" It was so effortless, classy, and brutally clear. And Natalie, she did not help herself. She reposted the exact same video, same audio, same caption, Sam's photo still looming in the background like he belonged there. It wasn't inspiration. At this point, it was a full-blown delusional campaign to live inside someone someone else's spotlight. Fair. If you thought it couldn't get worse, it absolutely did. In what can only be described as the most uncomfortable attempt to blur the line between imitation and identity theft, Natalie decided to recreate yet another one of Brook's couple videos. But this time, she took things way too far. She filmed the exact same video with her so-called boyfriend Zachary, but instead of just copying the concept, she went the extra disturbing mile and taped a printed out photo of Sam's face, Brook's real-life boyfriend, onto Zachary's head. Yes, she literally turned her boyfriend into Brook's boyfriend for content on purpose. And what's even more shocking, Zachary did not flinch. He played along like it was just another Tuesday. Imagine being so wrapped up in the chasing clout that you're cool with your girlfriend pretending you're someone else's man. No hesitation, no shame, just vibes and ring lights. But Natalie wasn't done. Her obsession wasn't just in the captions or the visuals anymore. It had infected her whole creative process. She began mimicking Brooke's outfits with unsettling accuracy, and when she did not have the same clothes, she did not just pick something similar. No, she crafted knockoff versions using tape, paper, and anything she could find around the house to replicate Brooke's style to a near exact match. One video even showed her assembling a DIY top out of white tape and printer paper just to pull off Brooke's look. This isn't satire. This isn't light-hearted parody. This is someone trying to step inside another woman's identity and pass it off as content. It is not a fan tribute. It is a full-blown fashion haste. And in Natalie's world, apparently, all it takes to become someone else is a glue stick, a photo of their boyfriend, and zero self-awareness. People started to speculate, was Zachary really her boyfriend or just an actor, cast in a desperate attempt to legitimize her content? More and more viewers began raising eyebrows. The chemistry between Natalie and Zachary did not scream romantic, it screamed scripted. And the way he always played along, no matter how bizarre or embarrassing the content got, it made people wonder, is this relationship even real? Or is it just part of a long-running rage bait? That theory gained even more weight when Brook posted a light-hearted collaboration video with her real-life friend Leah Halton. It was just two girls being goofy and having fun, a natural, easy vibe. Fans immediately joked that Natalie wouldn't be able to copy this one. After all, how do you replicate a genuine friendship when all you have is your content partner / questionable boyfriend? But Natalie, she wasn't going to let something like that, not having friends, stop her. She got to work. She put a wig on Zach, literally dressed him up to play the role of Leah. The same outfit, the same pose, the same tone, and that was only one step. Brook had also filmed a trio video with Leah and fellow influencer Hailey Bailey. Something light and fun, just three creators having a good time. Natalie, lacking a third person, did the unthinkable. She brought a cardboard cutout of Sam Dez. Again, with Sam, a life-size printed image of Brook's boyfriend, used like a prop in her parody obsession. Placed the cutout next to Zach, as if this trio was now complete, as if this cobbled together group somehow mirrored Brook's effortless, authentic crew. The obsession had officially evolved. This wasn't content creation anymore, it was cosplay. Brook's life was the script and Natalie was trying to play every chapter, every character, all at once. At this point, Natalie had reports of Sam shirtless, not just once, but multiple times. His image taken from Brook's content was being plastered all over her content without permission. It was intrusive, it was personal. It felt less like content creation and more like targeted harassment. Her fans noticed, Brook's fans noticed, even people who had no idea who Sam or Brook were started commenting. It had gone too creepy, too alarming, and people were not just laughing anymore, they were concerned. But Natalie, she did not let up. She kept going, feeding off the attention like it was oxygen. Every call out became a reason to post again. Every accusation turned into another opportunity to double down. And through all of it, Brook remained completely silent. No blogs, no stories, no tweets, just total intentional silence. It was powerful in its own way, like a wall Natalie couldn't climb, but it also drove Natalie even further into desperation. With every ignored attempt, she got bolder, more more invasive, more erratic. It was like she needed Brooke to react, needed her to break that silence just to validate her existence in this bizarre one-sided rivalry. But Brooke did not budge, and that made Natalie's obsession stand out even more. Natalie's own comments became a war zone. Even in unrelated videos, people tagged creators she was accused of copying. It became clear that Natalie wasn't interested in originality. She was watching others, taking notes, and then executing their exact videos with slight changes and a lot of deflection. She denied everything, of course. She claimed she wasn't copying, just following trends, gaslighted her viewers, said her braids had to come out anyway, said the similarities were a coincidence. Girl, please, a half-blinded squirrel could see you're copying Brook. Then Natalie dropped this bomb. She's being sued. A creator sent her a cease and desist, accusing her of plagiarism. She did not name who. Fans speculated it was Brook. Makes sense, right? She copied everything except her birth certificate. But with Natalie, nothing's reliable. She faked an Anchor monitor before, lied about street interviews, allegedly dared a homeless woman to jump in a lake for $20, then ran off when she couldn't swim. This isn't just poor taste, it is dangerous behavior masked as humor. Natalie's messiness goes way back, and it's not just about copying influences. Her controversies span across cultures, races, and basic common sense. One of her most notorious moments, wearing a sacred Native American headdress, Coachella, and calling it giving Indian vibes as if it were just another trendy festival accessory. Not only was it wildly inappropriate, it was disrespectful on a whole new level. She turned cultural heritage into an outfit aesthetic, and she did not stop there. Natalie once wore cornrows and captioned the video with the term Viking braid, brushing off any cultural significance they actually held. When called out for appropriating Black culture and erasing its roots, she deflected. She did not apologize. She acted like she did not know better. Then came the apology videos. If you could even call them that, most were half-hearted, dripping with sarcasm as if accountability was beneath her. She claimed she did not realize that the Coachella look would be considered racist, said she had no idea what the headdress meant. But come on, if you're going to go out of your way to wear something with such a strong cultural meaning, shouldn't you at least Google it first? And that's the real problem with Natalie. There weren't isolated slip-ups. They were patterns and repeated refusal to learn, a consistent willingness to offend and then hide behind ignorance when confronted. It is not just poor judgment, it is part of the persona, because when you keep offending and never truly course correct, that is not a mistake anymore, that is a brand.
I'm a human and I just want to be treated like a normal person for once. I know what I did was a horrible mistake, but everyone deserves a second chance. Like, why else do you think I post so much? It's because I have no friends, no life, and I've had no friends for the last 3 years, and now the whole world is making fun of me for it. Try to put yourself in my shoes. None of you would be able to handle the hate that I get every single day. The world literally looks at me like I'm some evil monster and a psychopath. Like, I don't even know if I can take it.
Natalie is still at it, unapologetically, relentlessly, and with what it looks like zero self-awareness, still copying, still reposting Sam's face, still trying to transform her TikTok identity into a carbon copy of Brook Monk's life. The captions, the content, every post feels like a low-budget remake of Brook's page. And what's even more wild, she's not even trying to hide it anymore. It's like she's built an entire persona of someone else's existence and convinced herself it's content. But Brook, still unbothered, still not feeding the fire, not a blog, not a clapback, not even a side-eye. Her silence has become a quiet kind of power. And honestly, that's probably what stings the most, because Natalie's entire strategy seems built on reaction. And without one, she's just screaming into a void of her own making. Fans, however, are over it. They are tired, exhausted even. What started as a quirky copycat has evolved into something far more irritating and borderline harassing. Many are calling for mass unfollows, others are asking platforms to intervene, and a growing number of people are seriously suggesting that legal action may be the only thing left that will make her stop. And here's the irony. Natalie might think she's winning. After all, people are still talking, right? Her name is still trending in the comment sections. But is it really a win when the only thing you're known for is stealing someone else's identity? At what cost? Your reputation? Your originality? Your entire sense of self? Because let's be real, if your content can't stand on its own, it's not a brand, it is a shadow. And the longer Natalie stays in Brooks, the more invisible she becomes. So what do y'all think? Is this just annoying TikTok drama or something more serious? Is this obsession or strategy? And most importantly, should copying be considered plagiarism on TikTok? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe for more digital drama breakdown. And as always, protect your peace, protect your content, and beware of wannabes.